Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I got in this great big huge box. It's taking up my whole desk, from Wildflowers. So if you've seen any of my videos, I think I did an unboxing, and I might have done the drawer organizing video where I kind of talked about Wildflowers, and I'll leave their link below in the description and whatnot. But they had a super duper $5 gel polish sale, and I could not pass it up. I told myself I wasn't going to buy anything else, and told my friend I wasn't going to buy anything else, and then I decided kind of last minute, you know what, I'm going to take one more look. Maybe there's a couple I want to get. And yeah, I got a couple. Got a couple. So I've already opened it up because I took out my little shipping slip and stuff like that, so I don't have to worry about cutting that out and all of that. So, but yeah, so in here we have my gel polish, and there's the Wildflowers logo, the Wildflowers Nail Academy, and some more packing stuff. And here's my glorious box of gel polishes. So I also ordered a couple other things, and I did get this little free gift, which is a pretty purple kind of holographic, I believe it's called Majesty. And I don't know if I can open it without making a mess. Let's try. Okay, so there we go. It looks like it's got some dark purple and some iridescent and some holographic. Super pretty mix. Super pretty. It looks bluer in the jar on camera. It looks more purple like what's in the lid in real life. What it looks more like. But it's got some teeny tiny glitters and some bigger chunkier glitters. I get that lid back on so I don't make a mess. But yeah, so there's a little free gift. I think they've been doing that with all of their orders recently, is throwing in a little free glitter with each of their orders, so that's kind of cool. And then I did order a backup of my little scrubby brush. So it's called Scrubby Brush, and this is good for pigments and for glitters and all kinds of stuff. It's like a angled kind of scrubby brush. I'm not going to open this one up because I have one that's already open. Let me grab him. We'll stick this one back in here. Put him back away in the drawer. So this is my current one, and it is, it doesn't have the name on the brush, but now all their new brushes are coming with the name on it. I stuck it back in the thing. It's probably not gonna see, so there it says Scrubby Brush. This one doesn't say Scrubby Brush, it just says Wildflowers. Is it gonna focus? There we go. Okay, so but it is the Scrubby Brush, and this one currently has some glitter and probably some other nail dust in it at the moment, but it's just an angled scrubby brush. It's really good for getting in, scrubbing in with like pigments and burnishing in glitter and all kinds of stuff. So I wanted to pick up a backup of that. And then I got this little nail art stamper. It stamps out like the nail. Grab a little sheet of paper here. It stamps out so you can kind of like draw out what you want to do with your nail art, and it's just the shape of a nail. So let's see if it, yeah. So you just kind of stamp it, and then you can draw, you know, what you want to map out on your, for like your nail art and stuff. So like I have this little mini stamping station from Maniology that I got in the Mani by Me box, and it has the little nails, but like these ones are black, so there was no way for me to like draw on it what I was doing. Now this is meant to basically be stamped on, so you would stamp like white on top of the black, but I use it to kind of draw out like this. This is what I ended up doing for the other hand. But now that I have this, I can just take and go boop, and now I have a nail. And then I can draw out my design and what I want to do on the paper. So like on this next one, I can also use the back to write out a few of my plans. But so like I can just put the 2 nails that I can't draw on, I can just stamp them next to it. I can stamp nails down here. I can stamp on the back. I can add nails where I need it now that I have this little stamper, which I think I'm probably gonna keep this in my house because I don't want it to get too cold. I don't want it to dry out, so I'll probably keep it like wrapped up nice and tight. But so I had to pick that up. I think that was like $5 or $7. So I got that, and then I got all of these polishes. So I think I have 48 total. I went a little crazy, but couldn't pass it up. So I'm gonna get these all out, and then we can kind of take a look at them and the colors and whatnot. I'm not gonna swatch these because these it's gonna be like super crazy. I'm gonna have to do that some other time, but we'll go through and we'll just kind of take a look. Because I'm probably going to leave them in this box for now until I'm ready to reorganize the drawer that I'm going to put them in. So I'm going to pack them back up in this box for that. So yeah, hang in there, let me get them all out of this big box, and then we can kind of look at them and see the colors and whatnot, because there's some in here that have some different finishes, and there's some cream shades and stuff like that. So hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got them all out of the big box, so I'm just gonna go over them real quick. Oops, I'm not going over. I'm gonna go over them real quick. I'm gonna get them maybe out of the box. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm just gonna kind of start here and then work my way back, and I'll show you what the color looks like and what the name of it is. So I've got just some basic creams. I got one like chunky glitter, and then all these back here are like special finishes. So we'll go through them. I might take them all out of the box, but then I'm gonna have to rebox them to pack them back up. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But so our first one here is called Sienna, and it is just a brown, like a tan brown. Now I think if I can, I don't want to like take them all out of the box and then put them back in the box, but these are what the bottles look like. So they're like a silver holographic bottle. They've got their little logo on them, and it says Wildflowers Color Gel Polish. It's a 15 milliliter bottle. And then on the back, it has all of the warnings and the professional use only, and then all the ingredients. And you can order online, wildflowers.com. Order online, wildflowers.com. And then it has the name on the side of the label there. It doesn't have any stickers on the bottom. So they're all on the side, and then they have the swatch top on the top. So that one is that one. And I'll just kind of buzz through these ones. This was kind of an olivey green color called Tonka. It's kind of an olivey green color. We have like a cinnamony brown, which is called Caramel Apple. Very pretty. This next one is like a tan brown color called Cuddles. The next one, another brownish neutral called Gravy Baby. And then moving on with the rest of the browns, backwards. Cowboy Boots is this one, kind of like a reddy brown, leathery brown color. This one is kind of a neutral tan brown called Shiitake, like a mushroom, Shiitake mushroom. Then we have Maple, which is the next one. So it's kind of a brownie orange. Then this next one is kind of a mauve color called Rosewood. It's really dusty mauve color. And then this next one is a nice pink called Pink Puff. This next one's kind of a peachy pink color. I'm not gonna pronounce that right, but that's what that one is. It's kind of a peachy pink. And then this one here in the first row, this is a bright classic red, and it is called Skateboard Red. If anybody is familiar, all you nail techs out there, Skateboard Red, that is the red color we all have to use when doing our manicure test. Well, at least in Ohio, when we did our practical exam, we had to do, of course it was with regular polish, but we had to do a manicure on a rice hand, which was basically a glove filled with rice with nail tips glued to it. So we had to take this rice hand, we had to take two, and one of them we did a full manicure on, which meant we had to trim the nails, shape the nails, show that we push back the cuticles after we soaped, like the whole 9 yards, everything that's, you know. But we had to paint it with a red because we couldn't take like a sheer pink or anything. We had to do a bold color, and I'm assuming that it's like that in most states for a practical exam. So your skateboard red is that bright red. So then this next one is a nice kind of bright, almost tealy blue. It looks a little bluer on camera than what it does in real life. It's a little bit more teal in real life. Zeal teal, well, imagine that, zeal teal. It is a little bit more teal than blue. Next up we have a yellow that is called Sunshine. Bring the sunshine. It's actually kind of sunny today. It's kind of starting to get a little cloudy. It is, what time is it? It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we are in the midst of all of our construction, so I'm trying to film in between people in and out of my house. This next one is another yellow, kind of a buttery yellow, called Matcha. I guess it does kind of have a little bit of a green tint to it. My battery's about to die, so I'm going to try to get through this last row here. Purpley one called Desert Rose. It's kind of like a mauvey, pinky purple. Get through these purple ones real quick here. This deep dark purple is called Plum Crazy, and that is really pretty. That is my color. My color is purple. I got a few more purples because that's what I like. This purple is a nice bright, like springy tone called Gumdrop. Gumdrop purple. This next one is like a peachy nude called Macaron. This next one is kind of a gray, kind of a gray beige called Buttercream. And then this one is kind of a buttery butterscotch kind of color called Nude Mood. Very pretty. Okay, let me switch out my battery real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, new battery in, ready to roll. So let's go ahead with these last 3 rows. Like I said, the back 2 rows are all special finishes, so we'll go over those a little bit differently, I think, maybe perhaps. But this next one is a nice bright blue, and it is called Washed. Nice pretty blue. This next one is kind of a dark tealy green. You can really see that through the thing, called Dark Jade. Dark Jade. This next one is a nice kind of buttery yellow. I got some glitter on there. And this one is called Buttercup. So yeah, fitting. A buttery yellow. This next one is kind of like one of those ugly pretty color greens. It's called Guacamole. Yeah, looks like guacamole. And then this one is my one glitter that I got, like full-on glitter. So I'll get that one out. This one is called Honey. Honey, and it is a gold holographic glitter. Let's see what she looks like. Yeah, it's got a little bit holographic going on there and some gold glitter. It looks like it's in a clear base. So it's gonna sparkle and shine. This one reminded me a lot of Stardust from Madame Glam. And I think I have that bottle here. So it's more of like a champagne color as opposed to honey being more of a gold. So that's nice that they're not the same. So it's not a dupe for it. But yeah, really pretty, really pretty. Back in there. Up next, we have this kind of almost like a purpley pink, pinky purple called Pink Lavender. Oh, called that one. Pinky purple. Very pretty. This next one is a super dark, like almost grapey purple called Cranberries. So yeah, I think it's a little more purpley than cranberries, but it does kind of have that reddy undertone to it. It's like, this is almost the color of my car. But my car's got that like metallic flake, but it's about that same kind of purpley, plummy kind of look. This next one is a nice like sandy brown color. Nice neutral. And it is Starfish. Starfish. There's that. And then this next one is kind of like kind of a nudie gray, purple, beige called Suede. So very pretty. And this last one of our cream colors is a gray called Mist. So that's fitting for a nice gray. Okay, so these next ones here, we have this collection, and this collection. And I think I've got them separated out right. Okay, so we'll start with these guys here. This little 6-piece collection here is a speckled collection. So it's got the little black flakies in there. And this is Carnation Speckle. And if I can, I'll get like one of each out of the box, and we'll take a look at like what the consistency looks like. So there's that one. So there's that, and it's like this one's like a pinky, kind of almost a pinky purple, but it's got little black flecks in it, and there's some bigger ones and some smaller ones. Not anything super huge, but it's gonna give you that like speckled egg effect. And there are little like black matte glitters in there to give it that speckled look. So there's that one, and that one was called Carnation Speckle. And then we have a blue one, so it's like a gray blue with those speckles, and it is called Dolphin Speckle. And this next one is like a tan brown, and it is Bisque Speckle. Very pretty. This next one is nice green, and it is called Olive Speckle. It's kind of an olivey green color. And then our next one here is kind of almost like a milk chocolatey brown. And it's called Cocoa Speckle. I almost said speckles. No, what was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say, but it is Cocoa Speckle. And it is like a milk chocolatey brown. And then our last one almost like a gray blue-ish kind of shade. And it is called Snow Speckle. Is it just white? Am I losing my mind? Maybe it's just white. Maybe it looks... Wait, let's get that one out. Maybe it's like a bluey toned white. Or I'm just losing my mind and the lighting in here really sucks. Okay, I guess it looks a little bit more white now that I got it out. It does kind of look like a cookies and cream kind of situation. Yeah, just kind of a cookies and cream looking speckle. Okay. So there's the speckles. And then this next one here, we've got a little bit of holographic going on in here that looks really pretty. And these are called sprinkles, I believe. I think these all have sprinkles in the name. I think it's their sprinkles collection. But this one's a really pretty purple. And it is lilac sprinkles. And then our next one here is kind of like a mauve-y, tan, brown-ish beige. That's a good one. Beige sprinkles. So kind of a beigey brown color. And our next one is a pink. It's kind of your typical like pink. I might put this on my nails because I have the Madame Glam sparkly pink builder gel. I just did that earlier today. I didn't film it because it was kind of boring, so I just did the builder gel, but that would look pretty over this because it's already got some sparkles to it. But this one is called Pink Sprinkles. If you hadn't guessed, it's pink and it's got sprinkles and it's pink sprinkles. And then the next one here, if it'll focus, is kind of almost like a sage green color. Oh, well, called that one again. Sage Sprinkles. I guess I'm pretty good at describing colors. So our next one is a blue, kind of like a gray blue. I doubt that's going to be the name of it. Oh, it's right here. Robin's egg. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of that bluey robin's egg color. And then our last sprinkle is a deeper, like rosy pink. Let me guess, it's called Rose Sprinkles. Called it. Okay, so we got Rose Sprinkles. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Love it, love it. These are super pretty. Like, these are gonna be really fun for spring, even summer. Like I said, I might even do this pink one on my nails later. But super pretty. And then our last one, I'm not sure if this was just a 5-piece collection or if it was a 6-piece collection and they didn't have the 6th one available anymore because it was kind of like a blowout sale, so it might have been sold out. But I got these 5, and these are, I believe, the Ash collection. So we have this one, and these have, they don't have holographic, or maybe they do. They've got like a tiny bit. Maybe it's more of an iridescent. It looks a little bit more like a gold to green shift, as well as some of the black. Oh, did I even take one of these out? I don't think I took one of these out to look at it. Hang on, let's back up. Because I'm gonna take one of those out too and take a look at it out of the bottle. Okay, so this one was Rose, the Rose Sprinkle. So it's got that holographic in like a rosy base. It looks darker on camera than it does in real life. It's a little bit lighter, but it's a nice mauve-y kind of pinky color, but it's got that holographic little twinkle in it. Super pretty, super subtle. Like, it's not crazy sparkly. I know I've got some of my ladies who don't like sparkle. They don't like the chunky glitter, so they wouldn't like where'd my glitter one go? I think it's this one. They wouldn't like honey. I totally screwed up closing that box up too, because it's got the little flappies there. But so they wouldn't want something like this that's chunky, but they would probably wear something like this because it's subtle. They just want to be a little bit more demure, a little bit more mindful. But yeah, so that's super pretty. And yeah, so let's take one of these out. I don't know if this was the first one I picked up. I don't remember, but this is the Ash collection. And like I said, they look a little bit more like just a like gold to green reflect in there. And it also looks like it has the little speckles from the speckle collection. So like just the tiny speckles. So let's see what this one looks like. I apologize if you can hear the lawnmower that's going. I think my neighbor's collecting leaves, and I'm out in the garage, so I hear everything. We had the neighbor from across the street came over and asked if they could throw stuff in our dumpster because they saw our dumpster from the renovations that we were doing. And then my husband's like, I don't know, call the contractor because we just have our drywall guy here today and he doesn't know anything. So it was a whole thing. Story time in the middle of this. So in the middle of me filming another video, I'll have to edit all of that crap out because the neighbor then called and the contractor went ahead and gave him the okay and said, as long as there's room, you can throw away whatever you want. So they did. And I'm in my garage, which just isn't as soundproofed as, you know, the house. And so they come over across the street with a couple of trucks and started throwing stuff in the dumpster. And then shortly after they left, the dumpster people came to pick up the dumpster. So I had all that noise going on. So I had to sit and wait until all that noise was done. And now I've got the neighbor picking up leaves out in their yard. But okay, so anyways, story time over. Let's get back to the polishes. Okay, so this one is that like mauvey pink. What was the name of it? It was called Mauve. I'm getting real good at this. Okay, so we've got Mauve, and this is the Ash collection. I don't know if you can see the sprinkles kind of sprinkling in there, but let's open him up and take a little look-see. Make sure I don't drip. Okay, so there's that, and you can kind of see those little bitty sparkles kind of sparkling. Let me grab my phone. Let's turn the flashlight on. Okay, got our little flashlight going. Let's see if I can do this with one hand and get any kind of anything. Okay, right, let's get you in focus. Okay, now we'll take flashlight. I don't know if that's gonna show anything. Maybe you can see it. Maybe I'll see it when I go back to edit it. If not, I'll just be putting a whole bunch of, sorry, I don't know how to film. But maybe you can see it. I can see it in real life. Kind of sparkling in like a golden green kind of sparkle. And then it's got those little black speckles in it. So that's the Ash collection, and that one was called Mauve. So it's kind of a mauvey pink. And then this next one is a gray, kind of a gray beige, and it's just called Ash. And then our next one here is kind of a peachy. That one you can really see the sparkles in the lid. And that one is called Red Clay. So yeah, it's kind of a red peachy red. And then this next one is like kind of an off-white, kind of cream color called Siesta Key. It's like a sandy color, maybe, perhaps. And then this last one is kind of like a brownish, oh, focus, kind of a brown tan, almost a little bit of a green undertone to it. And it's called Golden Shores. So yeah, it's kind of a sandy, I guess this would be, is this what the sand looks like at Siesta Key? And this is the Golden Shores. So we've got a couple of sandy colors. But yeah, again, I don't know if this one was part of a six-piece, or if this was a six-piece collection and I just missed out on one of them that they don't have anymore. But I'm happy to have these 5. Very pretty. Different finishes than what I'm used to. Let me go ahead and zoom in here so you're not so far away. So different finishes than what I have anything from other brands. And then these guys were the sprinkles. And I believe this one was just a 6-piece set, but it has like the little holographic sprinkles in it. It doesn't have any of the black speckles in it. It's just the color with all the holographic goodness. I really like these colors. These would be really good for spring. I think I already said that. Sorry if I did. It's been one of those days. And then we have, let me fix this one. So we have our speckles. Speckles, yeah. Our speckle collection. So this had the different sizes of black matte glitters to do that like Easter egg speckly. Now I have, I think it's a 6 or an 8-piece set from Madame Glam that has this kind of same finish, but they're more like bright spring shades, if that makes sense. Like these are a little bit like dustier spring shades, could almost be fall shades, could definitely be used in the fall, and still have that kind of fun speckly look. These are really good for backgrounds with nail art. You could do these with a matte top coat and do some alcohol inks over them. Make a marble and it'll have that kind of granite, kind of stone look. So very pretty, very pretty. Happy to have those. And then all of the rest of them here, if I can scoot them, they're kind of off of my mat. Let me see if I can scoot them all in here. Okay. So this was my lovely Wildflowers $5 polish sale. I think I shared, or I tried to share their little sale thing on Instagram. Scoot back out here so you can see what all I got. I don't know if I posted it here on YouTube or if I just posted it on my Instagram, but if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm the same as I am here on YouTube. It's LynNails_81. If you go give me a follow over there, I normally post all of my nail sets that I do for my clients and or myself, or sometimes I'll post the little practice nail art tips and stuff that I do. But oh, I left my flashlight on. Hang on. That's my kitty TJ. He's my screensaver. He's my little angel. Turn off flashlight. Okay, we're good. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh, Instagram. If you follow me over on Instagram, I post all of my sets that I do for people. I try to post all of my little TikToks on there as well. I'm also, if you're not following me on TikTok, you can find me on TikTok. It is also LynNails_81. I'm kind of that all over. And yeah, I try to do little videos of each of my sets that I do. That now I do a bunch that are like one color, and I'm not gonna take pictures of that because like everybody knows what a gel polish set looks like when it's all one color. But when I do art, I tend to want to take pictures so I can, you know, other clients get ideas when they see stuff that I've posted and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's all I got for this one. Like I said, I'm not gonna swatch these just yet because I'm just gonna pack them back up in the box until we move back in to my nail studio, which is currently getting drywall finished as we speak. The guys here are doing his mudding and taping, and then he'll probably be back tomorrow to sand it and touch up anything else that needs to be touched up. And then me and my husband are going to be painting over the weekend, so that'll be fun. We're gonna get the whole room painted, the ceiling, all the walls, the bathroom, the closets, all the things. So we're gonna get that done and get it ready So next week, they can start moving stuff back in. They'll be doing the flooring and the trim and hanging the doors and all of that good stuff. So it's basically, it's all coming together. Everything structural is done. They've got the plumbing, the electrical, all of that stuff is all roughed in and ready to just be plugged in and ready to go. So when they're ready to do all that, they're gonna do that. I do have, it'll probably go up before this video. Maybe it should, probably next week. But if it's not up already, it will be coming soon. My empty room tour. I think I have to do a voiceover for part of it, which I might try to do today and get that video ready. But I went through the room like after we cleaned everything out, and then once everything was tore out, once the drywall was done, I might try to do a little clip today after he's done with the mudding and taping, so you can kind of see that, and I'll just add that to the end of that video. But I got to do a little bit of a voiceover for part of it. But yeah, so it's probably already up. If it is, I'll leave a little, one of those little cards up in the corner so you can click on that. But yeah, other than that, everything's gone relatively smoothly. We've had a few hiccups here and there, but I will do probably just a whole little story time or overview of that in a video, and just kind of go over the whole process and what it was like for us, because there's a whole lot of the story before we get to this story. So there's a whole lot that happened before and leading up to us finding this contractor that it was very frustrating at the time. It was very frustrating while it was going on, but now I can kind of chuckle about it because we've moved on. We've got done what we need to get done, and we found somebody that you know could actually do it. But yeah, so that'll be a story for another time. So make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss that, because that'll be a pretty interesting story. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate all of you taking the time out to watch my videos and help support my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, you know, we're a bunch of little fish in a very big pond, and I know that there are some of us out there that are just getting our YouTube journey started, that are just getting our nail journey started, and to know that there's a support system out there, to know that there's education available to us on YouTube for free. I've told people throughout the years that I've done nails for about 8 years, 9 years ish. I really dove headfirst into YouTube and looking up how to do at-home gel polish, how to do nail art, how to apply builder gel, you know, up to and including all the things that I've learned with nail art and different techniques. I've basically learned it all from YouTube. Going to nail school was not what I thought it was going to be, and I'm a newly licensed nail tech. I've only been licensed for a couple years. I just renewed my license in October for next year, for the next 2 years. But I've been doing my nails and family and friends for, you know, the past 7 or 8 years, and doing my nails for about 9 years or so. And it's just really amazing that there is the support that there is on YouTube and in this nail community specifically, that we all kind of help lift each other up and help each other out and share our wealth of knowledge with other people, because I know there's a lot that is, you know, behind a paywall, and you subscribe to things like, even with Wildflowers, they have an endless education subscription that you can subscribe to, and it's like 20 bucks a month, and it's a pretty good deal. I did it for a couple of months, but I had to rethink some things because of other life things that happened, but that's, you know, a whole nother story time. So I had to kind of take a step back from that, and maybe in the future I will resubscribe, but I kind of like to figure things out on my own, and I like to take a picture. I like to take an inspiration from a client and put my twist on it and do my own thing. So being able to find other people out in the world like me that have kind of just jumped in headfirst into a YouTube journey to like post what they do for fun, what they do for a hobby, and what they do for a job. You know, I don't see myself ever becoming a super big YouTuber. I'm a nail tech. I became a nail tech a couple of years ago, full on nail tech a couple of years ago, and I'm just kind of, you know, building my clientele, and I love all of my nail ladies. I know some of you have subscribed and you watch my videos, so hello nail ladies. Thank you for supporting me on YouTube as well as in real life. I appreciate you. But yeah, I guess I'm rambling. Kind of got off track a little bit there, but just all of that to say that I really appreciate each and every one of you who has subscribed, and to each and every one of you that is watching that hasn't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Like, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know the next time that I post a video, and you can kind of, you know, keep tabs on what I'm doing, because I'm kind of having fun with this, and I appreciate all the support behind the scenes and with everybody that is taking their time out to watch my ramblings. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see these swatched, or if there's any of them that you'd like to see, like the collections, like the speckly collections and stuff, I can swatch them. But like I said, I'm just kind of keeping everything in the boxes right now, because I'm going to keep them packed up so that I can move everything back. I tried, like I said, I wasn't going to buy any more polishes, because I don't want to have more stuff to move back into my nail room that I have already. But I couldn't pass this up. This deal was a super big deal, and $5 polishes. I think the speckly ones, or what were these ones? Yeah, the sprinkles, speckles, and the ash, those ones, I think some of them were $5, some of them were like $7, but still worth it in my opinion, because they're normally like 14 to 18 and up in the Wildflowers gel polishes. But yeah, if you haven't or don't know anything about Wildflowers, you can check them out, wildflowers.com, and check them out. I guess they're gonna have some new stuff coming in for Black Friday. And yeah, I guess that's it. Let me know if there's anyone that you want to see, or any collections that you want to see swatched. I can do that. I do have a few of these little rings that I can swatch some of the collections on. I do plan on doing my normal little swatch sticks of these, but I didn't quite start out that way with Wildflowers, because I didn't plan on getting as much as I have gotten over the last year and a half or so. But yeah, just let me know if any of the collections, if you want to see them swatched, if there's anything else that you want to see. just leave me a comment down below. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing day. Today is Wednesday, so it is the middle of the week for me. We've got a lot of painting to do over the weekend, so I'm gonna maybe try to get some footage of that, but I don't know if I really have anywhere I can set my phone or my camera to get any of that, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so thanks again for sticking around and for watching, and if you've made it this far, then I guess you either fell asleep or you're, you know, into ramblings of random people on the internet. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking it out this long. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and just click that button. How many times am I gonna say that before I end this video? Yeah, we'll cut that off now. And yeah, have an amazing day, have an amazing weekend. If this goes up before Thanksgiving, anybody who's out there that's celebrating Thanksgiving, I hope you have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. I hope everybody eats a lot of turkey, eats a lot of ham, whatever you eat for Thanksgiving. Those of you who are not in the US that don't celebrate Thanksgiving, what are you most looking forward to in the holiday season that's coming up? And what do you celebrate? How do you celebrate? Like, do you have a holiday that's equivalent to our Thanksgiving? I know Canada has a Thanksgiving that I think they already had a while back or something similar. Let me know, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, what is your favorite part of the holidays? Do you plan on splurging on yourself this holiday season like I have with all of these polishes and my Maniology and my Madam Glam advent calendars that I'm gonna be posting little videos each day of that, so stay tuned for that and make sure you're subscribed. Oh, I said it again. But yeah, so you won't miss any of those little videos. If you haven't already seen the spoilers that are everywhere, I've been staying away from those, so any of you out there that are watching that I may be subscribed to, I apologize, I have not watched those videos, but I will as soon as I unbox mine. But I just want to be surprised on the day. But yeah, I'm gonna go now because I'm just gonna keep rambling and there's nobody here to stop me. So yeah, have an amazing day. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for helping support me in this nail journey, this YouTube journey, this journey called life. I appreciate you. I love to hear from you. So leave me some comments and I always try to answer back. And yeah, have a wonderful day and we'll see you in the next video.